It's an image that some people say appears to be a ghost walking around the police station. Nancy Laughlin has the video and talked to the men who shot it.
Police officers are no strangers to danger. But sometimes they face things that are truly out of this world. From creatures to unexplainable events, these cops have had their fair share of spine-chilling encounters.
Are you okay, ma'am?
Get ready for the scariest moments caught on camera that will leave you shocked. Terrifying road encounter. While patrolling a deserted rural road late at night, this duo of police officers came across something straight out of a nightmare. Their headlights shone on a bizarre sight, a distorted creature with unnaturally long limbs trying to do something with an unconscious man on the ground. The eerie figure moved slowly, as if clinging to its prey.
No mames, ve.
No mames, ve.
The officers froze, unsure whether to intervene or escape. The creature's twisted limbs didn't seem human, and its presence felt utterly out of place in the vast darkness. With instincts kicking in, they reversed the car and sped away, shaken to their core. What was that thing? A supernatural being, or something else entirely? Sometimes, even officers aren't ready for what's out there. Ghostly chat in Houston. This footage has everyone scratching their heads. A security guard in Houston was caught on camera chatting with someone, or something, that wasn't visible. His co-worker, puzzled, asked who he was talking to.
Dispatch to 329.
329, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Who are you talking to?
And the guard casually replied, "Miss Abigail, looking for Mr. Griffin."
Dispatch is looking for Mr. Griffin. Her name is Miss Abigail.
That's when things got creepy. His co-worker informed him that Miss Abigail had passed away 2 years ago.
Are you sure you're saying Miss Abigail? Like, she's been passed on for 2 years now.
Was the guard simply mistaken, or did he really have a ghostly visitor? The footage is eerie, showing the guard gesturing and reacting as if someone was really there. Either this is the most polite ghost ever, or it's time for a new job. Would you stick around? The Silent Chase. On September 20th, 2024, during a routine bike patrol, cops experienced something they'll never forget. Everything seemed normal until one officer froze, his eyes wide and empty. Slowly, he raised his hand and pointed down a dark alley.
Vocês vão ser levados junto com os filhos dela.
No one knew why, but when the camera followed his finger, they saw it. Something dark and fast, rushing toward them like a blur. It didn't walk, it didn't run, it just rushed. Panic set in. They all bolted down the alley, but when they looked back, one of their own wasn't running. The officer who pointed stayed still, motionless. Was it a ghost or something worse? You're not going to catch me there anytime soon. Wheelchair chase chaos. Imagine strolling down a quiet street at night and seeing a lone person on a wheelchair cruising along the sidewalk. Creepy, right? Well, this police officer thought so too. While on his night patrol, he decided to check on the person. Big mistake. The wheelchair stopped, and out of nowhere, the person bolted at him. Yes, sprinting, like something out of a horror movie.
I'm over here by like this black car, this black trailer thing. Bro, what? Wait a minute, what the f? Are you okay, ma'am?
The cop didn't stick around to ask questions and ran for his life. The video cuts off after that, leaving us all wondering, what was that? So, if anyone has updates, please do share, 'cause I'm way too curious. Creepy duende sighting. In 2020, during the lockdown, something strange was captured on CCTV in San Ramon, Bolivia. A security guard was reviewing footage when he spotted what looked like a tiny figure.
Ahí estoy yo. Ahí clarito se ve.
Walking out from behind a tree. It was like a little creature, possibly a duende, wearing a poncho and heading toward a neighbor's house.
Yo estoy ahí, ¿no? Yo estoy ahí viendo, lo estoy hablando por teléfono, lo estoy viendo.
The figure moved strangely, almost like a child, before disappearing into the darkness. Talk about an unexpected night shift.
Lleva como un poncho. Lleva un chulo.
Maybe it was just a lost kid, or maybe it was something far creepier. Either way, definitely not what you want to see on a late shift. Ghost on duty.
It's an image that some people say appears to be a ghost walking around the police station. Nancy Laughlin has the video and talked to the men who shot it.
It was a normal Saturday night until Officer Carl Romero spotted something weird on the surveillance camera at the Espanola police station. At first, it looked like a moth, but then legs. A figure walked right through the secure area without setting off alarms or opening gates. Creepy, right? Officers checked the footage, and it wasn't a glitch. Turns out, this isn't the first spooky encounter. Cops have reported hearing strange noises, seeing shadows, and even feeling invisible breaths down their necks.
And there's not really any way for it to get out through there, but it seems to walk right through that.
So, is the station haunted? With nearby unsolved cases? Who knows? Honestly, ghost or not, I'd be filing my reports at home from now on. What do you think? Ghostly hospital. During a quiet late-night shift, a hospital security guard filmed a video message for his family. All seemed normal, until he reviewed the footage later. There, staring at him through a second-floor window, was the ghostly face of an elderly woman. Here's the creepy part. There's no ledge, platform, or way anyone could have been outside that window. Some believe it was a former patient revisiting the hospital she once called home. The guard? He's convinced it was something not of this world. Whatever it was, I'm officially adding second-floor windows to my list of things to avoid at night. Mountain Scream. This dashcam footage shows a cop on night patrol near the woods, doing his usual rounds. But then, out of nowhere, a piercing scream echoes from deep within the trees. The poor guy doesn't even wait to investigate. Nope, he's back in his car faster than you can say, "What was that?" It's kind of funny, right? A tough officer scared out of his wits. But can you blame him? That scream didn't sound normal at all. So, what do you guys think? Some wild animal or something way more chilling? Let me know below. Ghosts in Asylum. This cop's ghost encounter is next level creepy. After reports of people vanishing while exploring an abandoned asylum in Thailand, he decided to check it out himself. Bad idea. Inside, he spotted ghostly figures in hospital gowns appearing in the shadows and suddenly disappearing. The eerie silence and sudden movements had him on edge, and honestly, who wouldn't be? The highlight of this video? Well, rumor has it, this cop let out the loudest scream in the history of cops versus ghosts encounters. So what do you guys think? Paranormal activity, or just one brave soul meeting his ghostly limit? Let me know your take below. Ghostly exercise machine. Remember that creepy video from Jhansi, India, where an exercise machine was moving by itself in a park? Well, turns out it wasn't some spooky paranormal activity after all. After I researched a bit more about this story and translated the police officer's interview, the real reason behind the movement is pretty hilarious. Apparently, the machine had been over-greased, causing it to move on its own. Yeah, who would have thought, right? Guess we can put the ghost theories to rest, though I was totally ready to believe in some mischievous park spirits. Sewer monster. In this spine-tingling video, during a secret operation, a group of men stands at the entrance of a sewer tunnel when something truly bizarre happens. Out of the shadows crawls a creature on all fours, with a massive head and drool dripping like it's straight out of a horror movie. Instead of running, their first instinct: turn off the flashlight, because scaring it might be the real problem. Bold move, right? Just as the creature comes out of the tunnel, the video ends, leaving us all hanging. What happened next? Guess we'll never know. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Sinister encounter. A hospital security guard just wanting to pray saw something odd while passing by a chapel. He noticed a man praying in front of the cross, but there was something weird about him. As the man stood up, his swaying movements and strange vibe gave off some serious bad energy. Chills. The guard caught it all on camera and shared it online. The video quickly went viral, leaving people questioning what was really going on at that moment. Was it just weird, or something more? Guess we'll never know. Guard's spooky encounter. At a local market in Peru, a security camera captured a bizarre moment that has everyone buzzing. A night guard was spotted having what seemed like a normal conversation. But here's the twist. There was no one else in the footage. The guard claimed he was talking to an adolescent, but she was completely invisible on the video. He described her as calm and polite, asking questions like any curious child. While some believe this could be a spirit lingering at the market, others think the guard may have been tired or mistaken. But one thing's for sure, this is one shift he won't forget anytime soon. Ghost kids. In a building during a late-night shift, a security guard had a heartwarming yet spooky experience. He handed out balloons to toddlers he thought were playing in the hallway. They even chatted with him. But when the security footage was checked, there were no kids in sight. Just the guard, happily talking to thin air. And the shocking part is, the balloons eerily floating along, following him around. Well, young ghost just wanting balloons is kinda spooky, kinda sweet, right? Security encounters ghost. This story comes straight out of the Marriott Stellaris Condado in Puerto Rico, a hotel with a chilling past. Back in 1986, when it was the DuPont Plaza, a tragic fire broke out, claiming many lives due to faulty exit doors and sheer panic. Fast forward to 2019, a security guard on the night shift reported something eerie. At 3 a.m., in an area barely anyone visited, she felt her hair get tugged. Assuming it was a prank, she turned around, only to find no one there. Security footage later confirmed her story, leaving everyone shocked. So what's your take on this? Tell me in the comments below. Creepy chicken encounter. This forest ranger on duty had the scare of his life when a strange sound echoed through the trees. Curious but cautious, a pale, huge, chicken-like creature lurking behind a tree. Its eerie appearance was matched only by the bone-chilling sounds it made. Before he could process what he was seeing, the creature moved. A few hurried steps in his direction were enough to send him running for safety. The video ends abruptly, leaving us in suspense about what happened next. So let's just hope our brave ranger made it out okay. Terrifying encounter. A night shift security guard in Mexico had an eerie experience while patrolling the food court. He saw an adolescent sitting alone in a chair and struck up a conversation to calm her down, thinking she was scared. She mentioned she was waiting for her mom, who had gone to the restroom. The guard even patted her head to comfort her. Moments later, he radioed his co-workers about the adolescent, only to be told there was no one there. Security cameras showed an empty chair, and the guard was completely alone. Startled and confused, he ran from the area. Thankfully, tests confirmed he wasn't hallucinating, so ghost child, anyone? Ghostly escape. Late one night, a prison officer was patrolling the dim hallways when they approached a cell where an inmate had recently passed away. But just as the officer got closer, the cell gate swung open on its own. No wind, no draft, just a cold, eerie silence. The officer froze. Was it a ghost letting itself out for a late-night stroll? Or was the place playing tricks on them? Either way, that moment is enough to make anyone's heart race. Forget creepy movies. This was the kind of thriller that doesn't need special effects. Just a door swinging wide on its own. Creepy raid surprise. A few neighbors kept hearing terrifying screams coming from an abandoned building, so they called the cops. When the police arrived, they expected to find a criminal hideout, maybe some illegal activities going on. But what they walked into was something far worse. As they entered the building, one officer saw a pale, humanoid creature crawling on the ceiling. Its face? Indiscernible. Its speed? Unbelievable. The officer froze, and the one behind them couldn't take it either. Both officers bolted out of there in a panic. The video cuts off right there. Let's hope they made it out safe, because I'm not sticking around to find out. Lights and lies. In this wild dashcam footage, a cop pulls over a car on a lonely road. Nothing unusual at first. He gets out, walks up, and shines his flashlight inside. Then, boom! A blinding light flashes out of nowhere, completely swallowing the scene. When it fades, the car speeds off like it's in a Fast and Furious movie, leaving the officer sprawled on the roadside. What just happened? Did the alien zap him, hypnotize him, or give him a quick mind wipe? Honestly, that car definitely wasn't from around here. Next time, maybe don't stop the alien getaway car. What do you think was going on there? Camping encounter. In this creepy clip, a group of teens is hanging out by a campfire near an abandoned building. Classic spooky setting, right? Well, suddenly, strange noises echo from inside the building. They're speaking in a language I can't understand, so I have no idea what they're saying. Probably something like, "Let's go check it out."
Vite, donne la flashlight. Fuck, c'était quoi?
Because that's exactly what they do. They shine a flashlight into the building, and for a split second, a strange creature peeks out, only to vanish again. Yep, full-on horror movie vibes. So, what would you do in that situation? Personally, I'd vote for roasted marshmallows over monster hunting. Creepy cop encounter. In this video, a cop decided to check out an abandoned school late at night after a few complaints came in. Creepy, right? Well, things went from eerie to downright terrifying when he walked into the bathroom and spotted a motionless silhouette at the far end. Frozen for a moment, he finally approached with his flashlight and, surprise! It was just a mannequin. But here's the shocking part. It fell forward right when he saw it. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe someone set it up as a twisted little warning. The cop quickly figured out the truth, but admitted the whole place felt off, like something more sinister was lurking. Alien incident uncovered. Back in 1978, a UFO drama unfolded near McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey. The story goes, a military official spotted a small gray alien on the road. Big head, black eyes, and all. Panicking, he ordered it to surrender. Yep, like in the movies. But when it didn't respond, he aimed at it. The alien fled, climbing a fence into the base, only to collapse on the runway. What followed was straight out of a sci-fi thriller. Military blue berets arrived, sealed off the area, and whisked the body away. Decades later, we still don't know where it went. Was this real proof of aliens, or just another tale? You decide. Creepy tunnel run. This YouTuber and his buddy decided to explore a creepy tunnel late at night. As they made their way, they found abandoned shoes and a still warm campfire, hinting that someone had been there recently. But things took a spooky turn when they spotted something in the tunnel.
Can you flash your light over that way?
And as they approached, panic set in.
What the? Something's in the race. No. Something's in the race.
Suddenly, a pale, tall, and thin figure started chasing them. They ran for their lives, the camera shaking and the video cut off. So, what really happened? Guess we'll never know, but it definitely sounds like the kind of night you don't want to be out exploring. Creepy creatures spotted. In this chilling video, this forest ranger believes he spotted not one, but multiple strange creatures. He shines his flashlight in the distance and catches a glimpse of two humanoid, extremely pale figures peeking out from behind the bushes. But before he could get a good look, they quickly hide again. It's hard to say what happened next, but it's safe to assume the guy ran for his life. And honestly, who wouldn't? If I saw something that creepy, I'd be out of there in a heartbeat. Late night scare. A security guard at Mexico City Airport had a terrifying experience late one night. Francisco Hernandez, finishing his shift at 3 a.m., heard banging sounds coming from an empty plane. When he went to investigate, he saw a dark figure peering at him from the cockpit. He thought it might be a trick of the light, but when the figure moved, he knew something was off. Terrified, Francisco bolted out of the plane. He recorded the whole thing, which helped him believe he wasn't just imagining it. Guess even skeptics can get spooked by the paranormal sometimes. Spooky night patrol.
Oh shit.
This strange video comes from a forest ranger on night patrol near the border in Montreal, Canada. Filmed on September 26th and 27th, 2013, the ranger seems to be walking through the woods with no real goal. As he walks, nothing much happens.
J'entends du bruit depuis tantôt dans le champ. C'est vraiment bizarre.
Until, out of nowhere, he spots something that makes him panic.
Oh shit!
If you pause the video at the right moment, you can make out a pale creature hiding behind the trees, peering at him. His reaction makes it feel real, like he genuinely saw something terrifying. Or maybe it was just someone crossing the border at night, trying to stay hidden. Who knows? Ghostly encounter. Around 3 a.m. in the Philippines, motorcycle rider Carl Dagus was cruising when something bizarre happened. A figure, looking like a young teen, suddenly dashed toward his bike, and it looked like they collided. But shockingly, when Carl slowed down to check, no one was around, except a bus. Weird, right? He reviewed the footage later and saw the ghostly figure with no face. Spooky stuff for sure. Maybe next time, stick to daylight rides, unless you want a surprise visit from a phantom. Highway UFO.
Los chicos están mudos, no pueden hablar. Mira lo que es esto. Mira.
While driving toward Esquel in Argentina, a man captured a strange white light in the sky.
Creer o reventar. Jamás en mi vida, jamás en la vida pensé que iba a pasar por algo así.
He shared the footage on social media, saying, "I never thought I'd go through something like this." His friends were so shocked they couldn't even speak. The mysterious light seemed to move in odd ways.
Los chicos están mudos, no pueden hablar. Mira lo que es esto. Mira.
And it definitely caught the attention of the local police and military. They've been receiving similar reports in the area. It's unclear what exactly this was, but local officials are taking it seriously and have begun investigating further. Something strange. Real-life zombies? Zombies in real life? Sounds wild, but this thermal footage from an army chopper might make you think twice. This video shows a man running for his life as these creepy zombie-like figures chase him. He tries to ward them off, but they just keep coming. No reaction, no stopping. Their stiff, unnatural movements scream zombie vibes. Eventually, the guy is completely surrounded, and well, game over. It's like watching a horror video game, but in real life. Honestly, if this isn't a movie stunt, it's seriously spine-chilling. Floating mystery. On December 26, 2018, something straight out of a sci-fi movie happened in Nezahualcóyotl, Mexico. Dr. Jaime Luna Becerra and his daughter saw a strange, jellyfish-like figure floating down from the sky. Security cameras outside their home captured the entity, which seemed to sprout limbs and walk awkwardly. At one point, it even camouflaged like something from Predator. Nearby cameras also caught it moving eerily close to the ground. Dr. Becerra said the figure changed shape, while glowing lights hovered nearby. Was it a UFO? A Christmas light gone wild? Either way, I wouldn't stick around to find out. Temple Ghost. Late one night, local police were sent to investigate reports of a strange figure near an old temple. What they found? Let's just say it wasn't your average intruder. Their cameras caught a ghostly woman in white, eerily pacing under the temple lights, as if waiting for someone. The officers? Nope. They weren't about to play heroes. They stayed at a safe distance, recording everything for proof. People claim it's paranormal, maybe even sinister. So, was it really a ghost? Or just someone's creepy late-night prank? Share your thoughts in the comments. Haunted church mystery. This video has everyone spooked. A man exploring an old, run-down church gets more than he bargained for. After wandering around, he reaches the sanctuary and hears eerie, high-pitched noises.
Hello?
That's when he spots her, a pale woman in a white robe, sitting silently in the pews. Something about her just feels wrong. The man, understandably freaked out, screams in pure terror. And let's be honest, it sounds very real. So who is this woman? A ghostly spirit tied to the church, or just a clever prank? You decide. Dogman in the woods. This spine-chilling dashcam footage comes straight out of Bladenboro, North Carolina. In February 2024, a man driving on a lonely wooded road took a turn toward his cottage deep in the forest. While parking, his headlights lit up something wild. A humanoid, furry figure standing on two legs. Yups, a dogman. Or so he says. The creature only made a brief cameo before vanishing into the trees, leaving the poor guy too creeped out to stay the night. But we can't blame him, right? I mean, who'd want a dogman as a neighbor? What do you guys think this was? Soldiers' creepy encounter. They say soldiers are the bravest, but paranormal stuff? Yeah, that's a whole different battlefield. One soldier found himself lost in a deep forest at night, separated from his team. That's when things got spooky. He came face to face with something off.
Why you keep following me?
It had long, unnerving limbs, no clear body, and its face. Let's just say he probably didn't want to see it up close. Add to that a weird, creepy voice echoing around him, and even the bravest would start shaking. So, soldier or not, we'd all bolt, right? What would you do in his boots? Teens versus creepy tunnel. On November 19th, 2016, this creepy tunnel exploration started as a fun day out for this group of teens, but quickly turned into a nightmare. While filming their exploration, they noticed something strange at the other end of the tunnel.
What? Go, go, go!
A pale humanoid figure slowly walking toward them. Cue the chaos.
Go, go, go! Go now!
The teens freaked out, and let's just say their exit wasn't exactly graceful. Well, encountering something like that would scare anyone, let alone a group of teens. Safe to say, this is one adventure they'll never forget. Alien door surprise. Here we go again with another mysterious video, this time showing a police raid on an abandoned building. The clip's origin is unclear, but judging by the vibes, it feels like some kind of paranormal adventure gone wrong. As the cops cautiously open a door, they come face to face with what appears to be an alien-like creature hiding in the shadows. And yup, you guessed it, they immediately freak out and bolt out of there like their lives depend on it. Well, honestly, anyone would lose it after accidentally crashing an alien's hide-and-seek game, right? Alien bodyguard mystery. Now here's a wild one. In this video, a bodyguard standing near President Obama was caught on video looking not quite human. Conspiracy theorists went all in, claiming this guy might be a shape-shifting reptilian or some kind of alien bio-android. His features: oddly smooth skin, no visible ears, and a face that seemed out of place under those lights. The White House even joked that any alien security programs were cut due to budget issues. Great timing, huh? But seriously, was this just bad lighting? Or did the cameras catch something our eyes couldn't? Tree creature. This creepy video from Indonesia shows a group of guys riding their motorcycles down a road at night when something bizarre happens. If you look closely, there's a strange, white figure hanging from a tree branch above them. It's not moving much, but its eerie shape and position are enough to send chills down anyone's spine. So far, no one has figured out what it could be. Is it some kind of animal, a paranormal entity, or just a really weird prank? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. Desert alien chase. This wild footage shows undercover cops in India on a secret desert mission when things take a spooky turn. Out of nowhere, these creepy, colorful entities with monster-like faces jump onto their tractors. The way they move? Super bizarre. The cops try to fend them off using fire torches and sparklers, yelling all the while. But here's the real shock. How did these weird beings know the cops were out there investigating an alleged alien base? Coincidence or not, these creatures definitely weren't there for a friendly welcome. What do you think? Alleyway alien chase. A quiet night turned terrifying when a security camera captured this eerie scene. Two people sprint through a dimly lit alley, clearly running for their lives. Seconds later, the reason for their panic emerges: a super creepy, alien-looking creature. This thing? Thin, long limbs, a swaying tail, and it moves like some weird mix of a predator and a dog. Definitely straight out of a sci-fi movie. What was it? Something from Earth or beyond? Well, whatever it was, I don't blame those folks for running like their lives depended on it. Las Vegas UFO. So recently, Las Vegas cops are getting pretty serious about aliens. After a family claimed a UFO crashed in their backyard, the police decided to put up cameras. Why? Well, because a body cam from one of the officers actually caught something that looked like a UFO landing. At first, they thought it was a shooting star, but then came a 911 call from the same area, people claiming they saw aliens. To make sure they're ready if these visitors return, they've got cameras set up. Sounds like they're hoping for a little alien footage. Huh? So, who's ready for a close encounter? Possessed by the past. On December 31st, 2022, 3 cops responded to a strange call about loud, disturbing noises coming from a neighbor's house. When they arrived, they were in for a shock. Turns out, the house once belonged to a family of cannibals, and now a 20-year-old woman named Kamilka was inside playing with an Ouija board. Things took a creepy turn when she started acting feral, as if possessed. The police couldn't get to her, but eventually they brought in a ladder to try to help. After a hospital visit, Kamilka was fine. No explanation. What happened in that house still remains a mystery. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This video is from a very creepy zombie exhibition at Area 51, which was supposed to be this cool, controlled experiment thing, but it quickly turned into a nightmare. The creatures, which looked all calm and docile, suddenly went crazy, thrashing around, growling like something straight out of a horror movie. The crowd freezes in fear as the tanks start cracking. Alarms go off, security freaks out, and chaos takes over. It's like they thought they could contain zombies. Well, you can't.